Hello, everyone. Welcome to the round of 4 here in Dominate Dominion's The Final Battle, League of Legends Dominion Tournament.
The final battle.
That is such a good name.
It is. It really is. I mean, it's kind of sad, but it's epic at the same time.
My girlfriend came up with it.
I'm glad that we got at least some notice that it was closing and not just a, oh, by the way, we're taking it out with maint and then a patch. I wish we got more than 12 days. I wish we got a fair 2 weeks. But hey, you know what? Having this time at all was good. I'm really happy that we were able to put this together for you guys and for us because we're going to miss it too.
Oh, we definitely will. Like when I moved to Korea to go work at OGN after casting Dominate Dominion, it would often come up like, oh, so what I know you used to cast, like, what'd you used to cast? I'm like, oh, I used to cast Dominion. And like in Korea, it was like, I couldn't find anyone even to like convince to party up with me because everyone is super tryharding on Summoner's Rift on ranked because that's just how Korea is. And I was like, man, I just want to play. So one day I queued up with the Korean commentators and it took us forever, but then we played and they were like, oh, this is actually a lot of fun. I don't know why no one ever invited me to play. I'm like, well, that's because you guys are always like thinking that you can only try hard in ranked mode on Summoner's Rift. So I tried to spread the news there, but it didn't quite pan out.
On the subject of the Korean fan base that enjoys Dominion, there definitely are some of the subscribers to the Vatso Clan YouTube channel are Korean, and I've gotten the occasional message from one of them asking about VODs from certain tournaments, like when they were and things like that, in English-ish. And it's really nice that, they watch at all. Like there's Japan actually had a tournament. Japan had a League of Legends Dominion tournament. They played it on NA server, and that was really neat to find out about.
That was cool. I heard about that.
Europe West, which big love to Europe West server and everyone over there that plays Dominion and is still playing Dominion now and will be playing Dominion until Monday. I wish we could have done more tournaments with you guys, but we all live in NA, and you guys had a tournament already. You had 2 different tournament companies. In fact, Europe West has had Dominion competition running longer than North America has, having started before and ended after us. We lost to Europe, North America friends. The 4 Players Liga tournament on Europe West server started in 2011-ish. Yeah, late 2011, wow. I believe in November. And it went all the way up through like 2013, 14, and then it ended, and then a different group of people started doing it monthly and then bi-weekly after that, even up until as recently as last Monday. It was on Mondays. And yeah, Europe was far more consistent than us. Even if arguably they had a slightly smaller player base, their competitive player base was, dare say, far more dedicated. I wish we would have ever gotten the Europe versus NA thing to happen.
That would have been cool. Yeah.
While on the history tangent, I see Terra Rising in the Twitch chat, and with a little bit of self-depreciatory commentary on herself. But Terra was one of the casters back in the, let's see, NESL. What did that stand for? That was like the NA equivalent of the ESL. And
it kind of was, but it was like a separate entity.
Yeah, they like had the name, but they were full of different people.
Right.
But they ran Dominion tournaments, and Terra was one of the commentators there. And that went up until, that was the first Dominion tournaments were NESL, and NESL and Dominate Dominion overlapped a little bit, and then NESL ended, then it was DD from there on at. So yeah, that's one of the old guard of. And the last comment I have on this tangent is, did you know that in very early 2011 Dominion history, there were teams like Legion, Curse, Picture of a Goose, Green Forest, VVV playing in Dominion tournaments with players that you might know like Lemon God, Lau Mortis, and there's a couple others. I can't find it on my list all of a sudden.
Those are old school names,
in
man.
there. And yeah, they played Curse, just destroyed people, and then they just stopped playing one day. And then Malika's team, the One-Eyed Wunderweasels, took over and just cleaned house for weeks on after that. But Cutie Pie used to have a team specifically for Dominion with some like friends that were like non-pro friends, and their team was called Miku League Baby, and they did pretty good. Cutie Pie was good at this game, even though, I mean, he obviously put way more work into SR. So that's your history. And if you want to ever see any video from that era of Dominion, youtube.com/covertcoder, Necrogen, who played from Point Defense, he streamed a lot of his own gameplay and put VODs there. So let's talk about some of this stuff. What?
Fiora's in the game.
That's why I made you said it, because I couldn't cope.
Yep. So Fiora got through actually all the way to the very end. Then we have Now You See Me picking her up. Ahri coming into play. I'm kind of excited about that. Always been a big fan of Ahri just in general as a champion. Maybe it's because she's supposed to be Korean. You know, there might be some bias there. But also she's just super mobile, especially with her Q change a while back. Not really new anymore, but where you get that little move speed buff. That was always nice. Of course, Charm is always a nice long-range engage. Kind of pulls you in, too, so it divides the fight a little bit. Oh, new Poppy. New Poppy coming in.
I like new Poppy. Like it. New Poppy feels less unfair than old Poppy, and just more well-rounded good overall. I really like new Poppy. It's great.
I just can't get over it, man. I used to love the old Poppy. Yes, you can argue that she was OP, but at the same time, like, no one played her.
You literally can't spell Poppy without OP, Chobra.
This is true. But I loved her, and not enough people played her, and I thought, therefore, you know what, it's fine. And then they changed her. I just can't. Like, I think she's good, but I can't play her anymore. I just can't do it.
How do you play Dominion? Says a fine, upstanding poster in the Twitch chat. I would love to tell you how to play Dominion, but I am the herald of a dying world. And while I would like to sing you the song of my people, it is a song that will soon be lost forever.
Oh my god. That got real very fast. Like, I thought you were gonna go on a very quick, kind little message about how to play Dominion, and then it would just took a dark turn. But I mean, I guess what you said is true. So...
We will totally tell you, but that's the really cynical way I've been describing it to some of the people that I run into. I will be more than happy to tell you a little bit about the things that go on in Dominion. Dominion is a capture and control game mode where there is no way to actually deal damage to the enemy's nexus by attacking it. In order to do damage to the enemy's nexus, you must hold more towers on the map than the enemy. The towers are permanent items that cannot be destroyed. You must click and channel a capture on them to turn over their control to your team. If your team controls more, it damages the enemy nexus. If the enemy team controls more, they will damage your nexus. This is the only way to damage the nexus. So keeping the control points on your team's side rather than the enemy's is the way to win the game. And in order to do so, you want to make sure that the enemies can't do it by picking fights in the jungle and killing them so that they can't make a dive forward to get your tower, standing on the opposite side of the point and just hitting them with attacks to interrupt their channel. That way they are not able to capture it, because any damage will interrupt a tower capture. So the entire game becomes a very long game where you want to waste the enemy's time as much as you can. If you die, that's totally fine. If you die after having wasted 30 seconds of the enemy team's time, and then your backup arrives, guess what? They can't just kill the tower out from underneath you because it doesn't have hit points. They have to be able to click on it, channel it for a few seconds. Actually, it's like 10 seconds or 12 seconds to turn it neutral. And then after that, it's another 12 seconds for them to fully capture it, which gives you plenty of time to keep it from getting under their control. And all it takes is a little bit of damage to stop it. It is a lot of fun because the map doesn't get that oppressive, oh, we've lost all of our towers, we've having to fall back in a big way. You always have the opportunity to push back out from it, which is one of the reasons why we've enjoyed it so much playing it. It also tends to have this very skirmish-heavy gameplay all over the map, where you want to control area. If you stand out in vision on a tower, the enemy team knows where you are, and then they can plan around it and just do bad things to your map control. So there's a big map control element where you're all in the jungle running around trying to find a pick to create an imbalanced engagement, and the fights over points are great because if you have to fall back from a point to the opposite side of it, they're not just going to chip that tower down with damage out from underneath you. You're going to still be able to keep them from capturing it by throwing nid spears and things like that. It is a lot of fun. We've enjoyed it for a long time.
Oh, forgot about Nidalee. You know, listening to your description, I just realized, as an avid FPS player, Dominion is a lot like Battlefield. Battlefield's conquest mode, like the standard good old Battlefield mode. If any of you guys have played Battlefield, the game, whether it's 1942 or Battlefield 2, it's actually just like that, except in League of Legends form.
I played a lot of King of the Hill games in FPS.
I mean, yeah, there's a
King of the Hill is my
favorite.
favorite. So I'm really looking forward to Overwatch because it has a lot of that element that I really enjoy.
They just brought in that new game mode. They
Yeah.
just brought in a new game mode that is King of the Hill, pretty much.
I heard about it on, I think, Dodger's YouTube channel, and I was like, oh, I'm excited. You have my full attention.
It's pretty cool, but right now we are loading into our next game. This is what, semis, right? I'm not
yes,
on
this
top
is
of
the
it,
semifinals.
clearly.
You are absolutely correct, Chobra. Don't downplay
There
it.
we
You
go.
were right. You know you were right.
So semifinals. We're on the other side. We were following amputees up till now, but now it looks like I can't remember for sure. What is it? Was it Salt Miners versus? I don't remember the full team names, man.
This is YCDESC versus the Salt Miners. And
YCDESC came all the way back.
Yeah,
or all the way
YCDESC
through,
was
rather.
in the
There's no
first
losers
game that we saw today.
Yeah.
And Salt Miners has racked up like quite the impressive set of kills. Salt Miners beat Blind Pick Bandits. Blind Pick Bandits is a team that consisted of top level players, Afro Dynasty, Talith PA, Akurirem, and they dug up Dafe out of the Shadow Realm for it as well. And Blind Pick Bandits had an amazing record in Dominion competition, and they lost to the Salt Miners.
That's
Additionally, remember Tall Grass, which is members of Beware Tall Grass, which was also a team that had some top 4 finishes in Dominion history, was also beaten by the Salt Mines. And that contains people such as Dussikar, who's known for his Nocturne, Naudisand, known for his Karma. We got Zenthian in there, and other community members, you know, Dominion and XT. Cairo XT, Cairo291, XT Cairo. He changed his name a bunch. Some of their name changes were memes for a long time. But yes, now we are here in this game, and over on the left-hand side, the Salt Miners' team, AVietDude playing as Fiora, Fenix MG playing as Ahri, Bletic playing as Maokai, we have Hyxios playing as Talon, and lastly we have Now You See Me playing as Karma. I am one half of your commentators. I am Gandair, and my co-commentator is
Chobra here, ready to present the red side team. It is going to be YCDESC or YCDESC. Wundergrob this time on that Ezreal, Cade, Arclight on Poppy, Zorrah with some great Lux play earlier, now on Xin Zhao, ArchRain on that Illaoi, got through this time, and Explorifice on the Swain. It looks like Illaoi will be going bot this time around first. We'll see how that pans out. Maybe they'll put that Swain back on bottom once again. That worked out really well for them last, their first match rather, with the one we casted.
Bottom lane Illaoi is rough. She's a tough person to deal with down there. It's a great choice for bottom lane. I have played with and against it the past few days, and scary. Top part of the map, both teams are meeting up with each other. The poke war commences. The poke war is definitely currently in favor of the Salt Miners' team.
Yeah, I mean, they just have more range all overall, and a nice engage coming in from Bletic, but a little too far forward, gets bursted down. Zorrah's going to live with the Summoner Heal coming out, and Arclight dodges that charm just a little inch away. Explorifice looking for the health relic along with Zorrah. Will pick it up first. Fenix MG a little low on mana, is going to get one Aura Deception. Not enough. Arclight gets the stun back onto the wall. Hyxios low. Wundergrob jumps in along with Zorrah. They pick up the kill, and Bletic is back with full health, full mana. It's still completely neutral. They actually just evened out back to square one, Gandair.
And we're seeing a recall from Swain. Probably wise decision. You can't get too close to anything, especially with Karma around. And this may be one of those infinite energy windmill fights. We might be seeing Talon going for the sweep here. Yeah, we see him jump in and engage. Rake after Arcane Shift. Nice timing on that. Lets the team catch up by dropping that slow on him after he's already used his escape. It's good. And they are going to gain control of the windmill. Bottom part of the map, Illaoi and Fiora are having a aggressive negotiation. Oh, she flashed out of it! The Ignite got her. She flashed out of that. Talon's going to come down and chop off Illaoi's head, I feel. But with Fiora, we know how powerful Fiora has been recently, and here we have Tentacle God in the bottom lane, Tentacle Goddess, rather, in the bottom lane, whooping up on some Fiora. That is only going to be a temporary setback, much like Tempest Keep was, and they are going to recapture their bottom point.
And on the top side, we see YCD coming back again, trying to get control of the windmill. They have the numbers advantage. Now Talon and Karma will make it out pretty fast up to top. Of course, Karma allowing for movement speed bust. And here's a store shield on Talon, trying to make some good plays. Gets a nice sweep on 2 people, but no interrupt on Arclight. The orb was used onto the minions, and Bletic has to go for the interrupt. The charm is blocked, and they get it right as they're about to be interrupted. And Hyxios goes in, trying to start a fight, catching them unbeknownst, and there's the knockback from Poppy. As 2 people get flown back, and YCD will be able to keep control of 3 points for a little bit.
That Poppy, the new Poppy ult animation where you get knocked back and like running through the air animation during it is hilarious. I've also seen so many Poppies kick people to safety and have them promptly recall. So with weird plays, and Poppy in a bad spot, everyone goes in on her. Gets picked up by the sapling from Maokai. They all stacked up there. Ezreal wasn't able to tag them with an Essence Flux, though. He only had a missing shot available to him, it looked like. Oh, no, Xin Zhao. No, that Ahri is a lie. She doesn't love you. Don't believe it. He is not going to be able to escape, unfortunately.
Ooh. Denying the health relic, too, from Now You See Me, just making sure they can secure that. And looks like Saltminers decides that's a good time to try to go ahead for the drill, which I would agree with, except for the fact that Bletic is very low on mana. So can't be that front line they need anymore. Arclight sees that, wants to kill, gets the stun at a perfect angle, flash away from Bletic, and they'll run away to safety.
Ezreal was able to get a neutral over at the refinery. He was finally intercepted by Ahri a little bit ago. And he's arcane shifting, heading up towards the top part of the map. They're trying to close in on him, but he has an escape route through this tower because Swain is channeling it for the moment. Now his channel broke. His arcane shifts down for a few seconds. Has to go around the top. Talon's looking for it. Gets a little bit of rake damage in, but he wasn't in a position to jump over for him. Arcane shift is back up. Ezreal feels a little bit safer now. There goes the True Shot Barrage. Just looking to do a little damage with it, I guess. And Swain has been Swain. Poppy hanging out on the point.
Demolished.
Poppy running interference for her team. Good job, Poppy. Poppy, don't listen to Ahri. She may be a charming person, but it's not worth it. Ahri in a nice position, trying to cut in, squeezing them further back away from the point. Xin Zhao goes in for it, is immediately seized upon by Maokai. They are able to take him down. Poppy now isolated from her teammates, has to flash out, is out of range, tries to kill the sapling, but you can't kill the sapling. Sapling kills you.
Yeah, I mean, once Saltminers can get a fight like that that's divided and they have their frontliner, Maokai, right in the middle, it's going to be real hard for YCDESC to come back into the fight, especially with Ezreal right now, still just building up that mana pool. Still doesn't have the Iceborne Gauntlet. The poke damage really isn't that significant. Trying to come here and help ArchRain, but saw Hyxios and runs away, hightailing it out of there.
Very good gank from Talon there. That was, Ezreal did a good job. Oh, Ezreal, I'm so scared.
Yeah, the ult was ready from Ahri. That's going to be an easy kill with 2v1. Zorrah almost getting caught.
Xin Zhao saw it and wisely decided he didn't want any. And that might be a good call. He's able to regroup with some of his teammates here. Maokai going up to clear off the window. It looks like on the minimap. Swain goes in on Karma. Does a little bit of damage for quite a bit of mana. Karma had her shield for a lot of that. Illaoi being forced off of the bottom point. That is the quest objective point. They don't want to lose that if at all possible. There's a huge minion wave on it, though. That is going to be able to take it. It's an extra 20 damage that the Saltminers are able to do to the enemy Nexus. And in addition to that, they get a 10% damage buff. Now going across the map, now we have Xin Zhao and Poppy.
Goodness. Yeah, bottom side. That didn't look too good. AVietDude actually just eliminating Illaoi as soon as she came back, so she's forced to use a revive. but there's still 3 people here. I mean, they know they have the advantage. It's 4 caps to 1. Xin Zhao is going to be interrupted at the refinery. He's not going to complete that channel. May even go down and pay for this one as Bletic chases through. Meanwhile, back down at the Boneyard, Hyxios almost gets caught, but Explorifice has no mana. So Hyxios just has to worry about Wundergrob. We'll get another hit. They'll have to back out for now.
Poppy up at the top lane, taking a lot of hurt from Karma. Talon comes around, good gank, good positioning, nice cutoff. Very crisp positioning from Talon there.
This is scarily looking like a 5
Salt
cap.
Miners is, wow. I didn't know how good these folks were going into this, but wow, their map control is fantastic. The gank timings are on point. Overall, good decision making from everyone involved. They have had very dominant control over this game all the way through. And even Illaoi, who's known to be a difficult bottom laner, because of effective support from the rest of the team, Salt Miners have even been able to unseat her from the lane.
Yeah, I mean, they've been able to just buy enough time until Fiora is able to get her Ravenous Hydra, and now Fiora is going to hit that power spike. Explorifice, meanwhile, top side, taking some maximum damage. Arclight has to run away too. Arclight now down to half health. Hyxios comes in once again with a timely gank, picks one off, goes for the second, but his teammates already took care of that. Hyxios and Fenix's positioning and movement around the map, just to get those picks, get those kind of catches with the charm, really impressive.
Bottom part of the map, Illaoi now is going to lose to Fiora in the most recent 1v1 that they've been able to have together, but Illaoi has been suffering a lot recently in the bottom lane. Down 5 deaths.
Yeah,
and
it's
Talon,
been tough.
Hyxios has been all over the map. Present in so many different places. Good roam. And look at that, see that split? Only able to reach Talon.
Yeah.
This is a 5 cap. Salt Miners are in control.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, sure, Wundergrob going for that blue build, but it's going to take forever for it to manifest itself. ArchRain not able to get Test of Spirit onto AVietDude, and AvietDude's looking just to annoy them for a little bit, buying some time, but they're in such a big lead. They can lose these 2 points. They'll still be up 3 caps to 2 and go back to their regular programming as Explorifice gets taken down once again by Karma.
Xin is in a tough spot against the enemy comp that they have in particular, because you need to use, you can't initiate with Audacious Charge against this, because you're going to have to save your Audacious Charge for after Karma's Snare lands or after Ahri's Charm.
That's not looking so good. Wundergrob. Well, 2 instant picks. This is, I mean, this is quite the performance and show being put up by the Salt Miners. They're just keeping them in their base. They can't even come out from their platform. Explorifice might die before he can get back to the steps. Same thing with Arclight. Arclight has to use the charge stun to run away, but there's a snare right before the laser comes out from the platform. They will back out. Wundergrob now a little scared about exiting.
Poppy did not make the touchdown. That's not how you win the Super Bowl. Also, wow, that was brutal. That was such a short distance, and a Poppy couldn't make it there. They have been, the CC stagger has been on point. They're throwing everything down in good sequences. The coordination's been fantastic. It overall has just been a thing to behold. Middle point on the side, the drill, trying to recapture that. Both Ahri and Karma have amazing poke, and they're able to keep people away from it to a good degree. It's taking 2 people to zone, 2 back just for 1 to cap. Bottom lane gets swept again, however, by the 3 other people on the team. And sure, the point got neutralized, but see him come up from the bottom, close in from there, wrap around it on Poppy and Swain.
It's a bloodbath here against YCDESC and Salt Miners. I mean, they're so low. Can they at least pick off these kind of consolation kills at this point? Only 20 points left on their Nexus. It's going down so fast by 5 points each. It's going to be game over right here with a 5 cap. Wow. What?
That's brutal.
Wow.
That's the first 5 cap we've seen this tournament. And this deep in the tournament, to see a 5 cap is really weird.
Well, that's kind of crazy.
That was a little intense there. That was a little intense there.
Well,
I've played against AVietDude in solo queue, like in the queues before, and that guy is tough as nails to fight. He's also really fun to play against because of how good he is.
yeah, I'll believe it. I mean, after seeing that play, I mean, was very aware of utilizing Fiora's kit against Illaoi's because Fiora has actually decent mobility for a melee champion. And you know, with the small dashes, you can dodge those tentacle slams and played that out really well. But you know, I want to give a big shout out once again to Hyxios and Fenix MG. The way they were kind of always prepared at the perfect timing for a gank was really good.
They were just on point throughout the whole game. There's no real way to enunciate any better than that. And they look at them sitting on that 420 Nexus health, over 400 Nexus health victory with a 5 cap.
Yeah.
That is
Nuts.
a overwhelming display of force. I think that's the way I want to describe it from that game. Whoever has to fight these guys in the finals, I'm sorry. Wow. Let's take a look at damage
break
dealt.
Screen
Real
whenever.
quick. Damage dealt, I don't know if it's on the main screen or not, but Karma led with 18,000. In next was Talon at 14,000. Then everyone else in the 8 to 11 range after that. We are going to get things set up for the finals, finding out what teams that we are going to have in it. But I have one brief thing to say really quickly before the next game. That is, normally I work on the weekends and I'm completely unavailable in February and March, so this is a weird exception to my schedule to be able to be here. I wanted to thank a couple people for making that possible really fast. I would like to thank the 2 bosses of my different jobs that I have, my boss Sue that I work with in the city, and my department director at the Renaissance Festival, Laura. Also my girlfriend Seraphina for driving me here because it was a chore to be able to get here, and I'm really glad I could do it. So big thanks to those 3 folks for being able to make it happen for me. And we're going to go put this game together. We're going to get our puzzle pieces out and assemble it, and we will be right back here as soon as we have it for you.